the constant struggle. I'm Nick Watson.
And I'm Bree Watson. Yay, we're back in the studio today.
And by the studio, you mean just in front of the microphone.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a portable studio.
Yay.
And we have a wonderful guest with us today. Filmmaker Erica Sherwood, among other things, but we'll get into that. Let's start with Filmmaker. Let's get this party started. That's not something I normally say. Hi,
No.
Erica.
Hi.
There we go.
So happy to be here, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Maybe the future home of the podcast.
Why not?
Who knows?
Who knows? Erica, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Why don't you talk to us about this cool movie you made?
I co-produced this feature film called Fight. It's still in the editing process.
Right.
As it will be until the night of, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Way it goes. Yeah, so it's called Fight, and it's about two single mothers who are struggling to make ends meet to provide for their daughter. So it's two separate stories about two separate single mothers.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of them is decides to go into barenuckle fighting and risks her life for her kid for some easy money, but risks her life to do that because she has a lot of background that she used to fight when she was younger, so she decides to go back into that world that she left behind for her daughter. So, and then the other story is about this woman who's actually a novelist who writes this story.
So are you the character because you're starring in the film as well?
Yeah, so I star in this film as well. So I play the single mother who decides to go into barenuckle fighting.
Where did you shoot this? Around here?
Yep, all Niagara based. The furthest we went was Dunnville because we needed a carnival.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And the carnival was like just happening at that time?
Yes. Yeah, because we wanted to do the Welland Carnival, but apparently it wasn't happening.
No, they shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down.
Jerks.
That's just for this year or something.
Was it?
It's
I don't
coming
know.
back.
It better.
Yeah.
That was such a staple of our lives growing up.
Yeah, it was. Every year.
We're joking, but yeah. I mean, it sounds like we're joking, but I'm serious.
That's completely serious.
I love to see those giant pumpkins.
Caramel apples. Caramel. Whatever.
Where are you from? Where do you say caramel?
Caramel?
Caramel. Okay. Okay, great. Then we're going to start there. That's a great start. And we're going to rewind a little bit and say, how are you making films? How did you come up with this idea, first of all? And then I want to go back.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I want to go back.
Where do you get your ideas?
What? No, more like, how'd you get started making movies?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good story. So it all started from my father. He had this Digital 8 camera that he used to he made these montage pieces where he would take this Digital 8 recorder and record all these clips from movies and make a montage out of them. Let it be, like he used a song called Pennies from Heaven, and so he had all these shots of people in the rain or whatever, and that was an art piece that he did, and I got really into it. Like, oh, you should use this clip, you should use that clip, and I decided to kind of take over his Digital 8 camera, and he never saw it again. But what happened was I got really bored for a whole month because my parents left me behind in grade 12.
Okay.
They went on vacation for a month. And left me.
Grade 12.
Grade 12.
That's legal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
fine. And I had this Digital 8 camera and decided just to film myself doing crazy things in front of the camera.
Awesome.
And I was obsessed with Tim Burton and Danny Elfman at the time, so I used a lot of Danny Elfman music and a lot of black and white in post production, and it was this like crappy Sony Vegas. No, actually, it wasn't that crappy. It was a good program, but it was free and super cheap and really easy to use. And I did a lot of like reverse stuff and everything, and got really creative with my mom's props because she's a drama teacher. So she has all the props.
Yeah.
And so,
Awesome. Cool stuff to work with.
Yeah, definitely. So I did that, and when they came home, I had like 32 films to show them on a VHS. So after that, I met a lot of people that were interested in the same thing I was. When I worked at That's Entertainment, I met some people there that was working on a feature film, and I'm like, yeah.
It's like the video store,
yeah,
right?
the video store, yep, the one and only.
It's like Catharines. Yeah, the only video store.
Is it like, it's a really big one?
Yeah,
Still
really big
yeah,
one, Lake
it's
Street,
there,
yeah.
I should have a very good Instagram presence.
Yeah.
I'm looking to pick up some DVDs. Maybe I'll go there on the way home.
There you go. Yeah, three for two every day.
You gotta return them though.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Or 5 for 10.
You could probably buy some.
You could probably buy.
You can buy in And
This podcast is sponsored
Yeah,
by
right.
That's Entertainment. No. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's how it started. That's how the passion started.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome. So you were working at the movie video store for a while.
Yeah, I met Adam Stevenson, who was making a feature film with his friends, and I decided to kind of piggyback on that. And then I met Jay through him, and then we decided to make films. And he was writing something, and he wanted help, some script supervision and stuff like that. So I read his script, and I had way too many ideas not to be the co-writer. So I kind of took over a little bit there, and then we made A Kind of Wonderful Thing, which took about the same amount of time as this one did. So
that's the name of your film, right?
Yes, that was A Kind of Wonderful Thing. Yeah,
Nice.
that was what our first feature was called. Yeah, we showed that at Brock University. It was
cool.
like 500 people, 600 people.
Nice.
And was this like a?
Is that like the new screening place or
No,
theater? I think sometimes
it was David S. Howe's theater or Sullivan. I forget which one it was. The big one. The big
Yeah.
the big one.
on the campus. Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, on the campus. Yeah.
And had you like studied any of this stuff, or this was all just like out of like?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I went to Humber College for 3 years.
Humber?
That was like 10 years ago.
Go
But
Hawks.
yeah, I totally recommend it to anybody. But at the same time, like, you decide if you want to do that or you just volunteer the crap out of yourself, and get all the experience and get to know people, because that's where you're gonna get the opportunity. So I mean, for me, it was, I learned about all the elements of film there, and it was all very hands-on because it's college. Don't go to university if you want to learn about film, unless you want to be
Do
a film
theory.
teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick made that
Oops.
choice. Yeah.
That was an oopsie.
Yeah, so and Jay hadn't gone to school for it at all, so it was cool to have that.
Well, then he's not allowed to make
sides.
movies then.
I know, right? Jeez, not spending all that money.
Did you spend? Oops, sorry. Who did I? Did
That
I
was me.
blame
Footsies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you spend any time like staying in Toronto after, or were you like boom back home? I
No,
want
a
to make.
year.
Yeah.
But funny enough, I found a job being a camera operator back home.
Nice.
So yeah, I found no opportunity in Toronto. So that was kind of interesting. Everything kind of brought me back home, which
Cool.
was kind of weird. Yeah.
Well,
so.
That sounds familiar.
So I didn't want to fight it. I just stayed here and then made Fight.
Talk to us about this Jay fellow you've brought up twice.
Yes, Jason Lupish. He is the director of Fight. He also wrote it. I helped him co-write it a little bit, as well as another friend of ours. And it was his idea to make this movie. And it was originally supposed to be about a 16-year-old who goes to find her estranged father. But because I was doing a lot of training, a lot of fighting at that time at Muay Thai Niagara, we just decided to kind of change it up, and it just became a completely different beast.
What is Muay Thai?
Muay Thai is a traditional kickboxing,
Cool.
basically. Yeah.
Where'd you set up the fight scenes and stuff? Or should we tune into the movie to find out?
Well, we went to the old cotton mill in Welland.
Cool.
And it was so dirty in there, but our friend
Is there a ring
Keith
set up,
Cumming.
or?
Nope. It was bare knuckle fighting, so it wasn't.
Oh,
yeah, it
not
was like
sanctioned.
underground, non-sanctioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, illegal fighting. So,
Dirty.
Yeah, and
Did
we
the
had
cops ever come?
nope.
Okay.
We had all permission to be there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and
So
'cause we
in
knew
the
the
movie,
owner.
it's illegal. In
Yes.
reality, you
Yes.
had all your permits.
Yeah, and we had stunt choreographers come down from
cool.
Montreal. This couple, they were there were a couple who did stunt choreography, like fight choreography, and that was pretty dope. And they said, we just want to be a part of this, so they came down.
Oh, wow.
And they stayed at my parents' place,
Awesome.
which was adorable. And great people. It was Malik. It sounds like Bouchard, but it's Boulevard, I think.
Oh.
So I'm hoping he's going to be there at the premiere, because that's
Cool.
going to be really cool. And he's actually in the movie fighting as well, with his girlfriend at the time. They have a fight scene together.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really a dirty, very dirty warehouse that we shot in, and just covered with soot. And it actually seeped through our shoes, like our
Ugh.
socks were black.
That's dedication to set design.
I think so.
Yeah, and there was a time where I broke down because I was filming for like 15 hours, falling to the ground over and over again.
yeah.
And I for 15 hours, there was like nonstop. People were having breaks in between and everything, but I didn't have any breaks.
I need
So I had to
the
keep
craft
going.
services.
Yeah, because we had to like figure out this fight scenes on the spot too. It was
okay.
a lot of long days. So it was really tiring, and I felt like I was gonna give up. And Jay wanted me there at in that element
Right.
of being like
Sure,
completely
Freaking
exhausted.
ragged and
Yeah.
So
So
that helps
that's what he
you.
got.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. It's like method acting. Yeah.
Yep. And that's fun. It can be fun.
That
You look
building
back on
is
it.
very cool. Like,
It is a very cool building. Yeah, it's going to be a weed factory now.
oh yay!
freaking awesome.
Among other things, I think right now there's like
There's actually a boxing club in there right
there's
now.
a boxing club, but I also what's the other one that you do? It's like working
market.
out. It's working out, but you like climb things and you hang off things, and it's like
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Like a climbing gym, like a
no, not climbing.
indoor rock
It's more
climb?
like I don't know how to. I don't know what it is.
It's like a monkey gym.
Forget. Yeah, it's a monkey gym anyway. And now it's gonna be a weed house. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
there's
on
like,
brand for Welling.
yay! We were looking at renting some rehearsal space in there. Now I'm even more interested. That's cool. So all in all, how long did it take to shoot the film?
2 years.
Holy shit.
On and off, obviously, because we had a lot of kids in
15-hour
there, so they had to go to
Right.
school, and we wanted to have like a good chunk of time where they could go to Shirkston, because we did a whole like 2 days in Shirkston.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to make sure everyone was.
Did you get some sweet
ready.
jumping into the gorge shots then?
Nope.
Right.
No, none of that. No, we're just some
Sequel.
beach, some beach stuff, and a really cool trailer that we shot. Our friend Melody. She let us borrow her grandparents' trailer.
Oh, I thought you meant like a
awesome.
trailer for the film. Sure, real
No,
cool
we-
trailer.
Next year.
Oh man, that's exciting. Okay.
So June 22nd is the big premiere gala,
Yeah.
and it's a fundraiser as well. So it's our first big fundraiser for our not-for-profit, which is Jarico Films for Youth. And we're going to be teaching kids how to make movies and create confidence and self-esteem and leadership skills and teamwork skills and all that.
All this in St. Catharines.
All that in St. Catharines, yep. Niagara
Wouldn't that have
based.
been so cool when we were kids to like go make movies? You
Uh,
already did.
Being inspired to do stuff.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that have been cool? So that's great.
Yeah.
So how can so it's like a legit big movie premiere.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big red carpet gala. Even for VIP tickets, it's gonna be a 3-course meal at Market Square, and it's gonna be really fancy dancy.
It's like a fancy chef.
Which one's
coming.
Market
Yeah,
Square?
it's
Is it on St. Paul Street?
no, it's on King Street,
Yeah,
the big Market Square.
across the one like down from
St.
St. Paul.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna have so Eric Peacock is gonna he's the chef from Wellington Court. He's gonna prepare a 3-course meal, and it's gonna be
Ooh.
all like black and white based, very thematic, and so a lot of black and white linens and
Is
flowers.
the
and all
whole
that.
film in black and white, or is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Yeah, black and white film, very much like Raging Bull.
Oh,
Clerks.
cool.
Clerks.
Yeah, very
More
famous
cinematic than
fighting
Clerks.
film. Clerks. Because Raging Bull is about a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna have big red carpet thing. A lot of like paparazzi photographers are gonna be going at it.
The
and,
press.
the press. Yeah, all the press that's in St. Catharines.
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Hopefully they're
Will
not
there
busy.
be a step and repeat? I need to know. if
Yes,
there'll be-
there is.
Yeah.
Yep. There's gonna be red carpet in there for sure. People walking it, and popcorn, of course.
Oh, delightful.
Of course, That's Entertainment's gonna provide the popcorn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then a big after party afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah.
At the the screenings-
Robertson Hall, yeah.
Cool. Where's
so
the
the screening is going to be at PAC
Yeah.
at the Performing Arts Center at Partridge Hall.
Okay, because there's a bunch of different cool halls
Yeah,
in
so
there.
Partridge Hall is the big guy, the big hall,
Cool.
and right next door is the Robertson Hall, and that's where we're going to have the big after party with Blake Belcher. He's going to be the DJ.
Cool.
So he's gonna rip it up on the dance floor.
On the tunes.
Yeah.
I'm old.
You can still come, Nick.
Ooh.
You have to
June.
buy a ticket.
All right.
June
Yeah.
22nd. Yep.
Yeah. So, and anybody could come to this, right? Like, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And do you think is it setting a flame in the community? Are a lot of people interested?
I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be. We want to see this arts culture flourish and make a film industry here, so people don't have to feel like they have to go to Toronto to find a job.
Right.
We want
My
to
God,
create
there-
jobs.
There's so
for
much
the
around
industry.
here to shoot as well.
Yep.
It's such a beautiful part of the world.
It's a weird thing because people don't see the value in a film industry here, so therefore we get a lot of stuff for free.
right.
Right? So when it becomes a demand, I'm hoping really that they'll say, well, if you're going to use, my location, maybe you pay us.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, like in Toronto, if
Like
you want to
Toronto,
go
yeah.
anywhere, you have to pay like a crap ton.
Exactly, but
if you
I
wanna shoot in
do.
somebody's bar that you know. They're
Yeah.
still like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
But $500 an hour, you know.
Yeah. So if it was a normal thing in St. Catharines, people would ask for money, right?
Right.
But it is very, very, very nice that the community has come together and said, yes, I will let you use this for free, and because they want to be a part of it. And
It also helps promote
Yeah.
them too,
definitely,
right?
yeah.
It's sort of like a mutual
beautiful collaboration thing
Yeah.
happening. Yep.
Is it feature length?
Yep. 2 hours.
Okay.
Yep.
Where'd you get all the? Oh, I guess you could just do editing on your computer and stuff now.
Oh yeah.
Is it-
Yep.
all
We have
right.
a studio. We can use the generator on St. Paul as well. They have like a whisper booth there and like a green screen and all that stuff like that. But we're just going to be using the whisper booth probably when we have to do some ADR.
Oh, is that just like a sound studio?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But they also have like a mocap studio there and everything too. It's pretty dope there. It's
Oh
awesome.
my God, there's this whole community that's popped up since I've left.
You know what was missing? Improv.
That's flourishing for sure. It's become a big deal now, like with Big Chicken and us, obviously.
And us, yeah. Erica does improv with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you met her, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I needed to find an outlet to do some acting because I haven't been doing it since Fight. So,
Although you were also in a play with my
yes.
dad.
I was in a play with your dad, which was awesome. It was so fun to know that, like, that you were
small world.
Yeah, that he's your dad.
Were you? Oh, you came in at the end.
Yeah, I came
Okay,
back.
all right.
Yep. Yeah, and then I was in Seussical after that, so that was fun. And then and then improv is something I'm also afraid of. So I like to do things that I'm afraid of doing, just to get over the fear. So
Were
that's
you
why
afraid
I
of
did
bare-knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I was afraid to get punched in the face. You know? 'Cause you get
that's
really
a legitimate,
emotional, right?
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to get over that. So I decided to have 2 fights and get pummeled pretty bad.
Whoa.
I did not win my fights at all.
But in the movie?
In the
you know
movie,
what, don't.
maybe, I
No,
don't
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So now if somebody punches you in the face, you feel like you got
I can take it. Yeah. I've been like kicked in the face
Ow.
pretty hard by like a very, very big woman.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, that was really scary. But I did it, and then the musical. Like I don't think I would ever do a musical in my life, but I did.
Okay.
And got over that fear, and then
Improv's not that scary
Improv
compared to all
less,
of those
yeah.
movies.
It's different. It's definitely scary because as an actor, it's scary to be yourself. That's what I don't like to do, is to be myself in front of people and do like speeches and try to like promote and stuff like that. Like this is why I'm doing this, because I'm scared of it.
Right. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel bad now.
No, we're helping her.
Oh, okay,
You're
great,
helping
great,
me.
great.
Part of the
Therapy.
process, yeah. No, that's incredible. Like, what an incredible thing to take on these challenges as a way of bettering yourself or
Yeah. I mean, I'm
evolving.
afraid of death
guess,
too.
right.
So
You're afraid of death.
I'm afraid
right.
of death.
Well,
so
don't
I mean,
play with that one yet. You know what I mean? That one will come. Yeah.
that's why I like to do things now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
keep staying productive and yeah.
Yeah, nobody likes self-promote. Well, I feel like some people like self-promotion. But for the most part, normal human beings don't like self-promotion.
It's weird, eh?
Yeah.
It is weird.
Might
I
be
think that needs
cultural.
to be changed. That needs to be changed because people don't brag about what they do anymore.
Yeah.
They're so humble, which is fine.
Especially in
but
Canada.
yeah.
But if you're
Canada,
a creative
no.
person, you need to promote. Otherwise, people just won't be aware of anything you're doing.
Exactly, they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be out there and loud.
Yeah,
for sure.
Especially like there's so many ways of doing it now, like that are so much easier than they used to be.
Yep.
You just go on social media and be like, "Hey, cool, I got this movie coming out," you know, which is free to do. You know, you could send 3 emails at a time to everybody you know.
Yeah, and then we have our thing on like a big banner, like a LED banner in front of Holiday Inn.
Oh, cool.
On Ontario Street.
Oh, so
you'll
you
see it
bought
on
like
there.
a band?
Yeah,
that's
we've bought a
very
lot
cool.
of advertising space and posters. Obviously, you had to buy a lot of posters.
And did you know about all
postcards.
this marketing kind of stuff, or are you sort of learning about it as you go, or do you have a press person?
Well, the fact that we have like a little bit of money,
Right.
that we're
From
allowed
the
to use
fundraising
from the
and stuff.
fundraising,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're able to do that, and then when we do that, when we invest in that, we get money obviously back into the not for profit. So.
Are you
awesome. Yeah.
Are you talking to the MMA gyms all around, like promoting it there?
I have a poster at Fight Fit downtown, and then I'm gonna go to Muay Thai in Niagara, obviously, because I'm a big promoter of them. I love them so much. Oh, Fulton Fitness has a poster
there
in
you
there,
go.
right next to the.
What's the one in the Seaway Mall?
Oh, there's a new one in the Seaway Mall.
Oh.
And it's I think it's also.
It looks octagon-y, so I'm guessing
I
it's...
think it's an MMA.
Oh, is it
kind
octagon?
of-
Is
Yeah.
it an
I
octagon?
think so.
I believe so.
Is it
But
Evolve?
you can also use it just like as a normal gym.
Okay,
It might
cool.
be. I don't know.
Yep,
I go
there's,
to World
there's a lot of there's a lot of actual fighters in the movie that are from Muay Thai Niagara.
Oh,
So I
cool.
just want to shout that out for sure.
Is Muay Thai is it martial arts? Is it a martial art?
Yeah.
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 I keep forgetting how popular martial arts are. Like people learn like martial arts when they're put in when they're like kids and stuff to learn self-defense and whatnot.
Oh, yeah,
and they,
absolutely.
Like, keep with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who like I will never sneak up on because of his like karate training. Like now I saw it happen once where somebody was just like tapping him on the shoulder and he was just like like flipped him. I was like, oh my god,
Reflex.
Is it all because MMA got so huge? Like, it seems like the two have
I
grown
think
together,
so.
right?
Yeah, because it's become
Probably.
like a personality thing, right? Like, oh, rooting for these people, and they have so many characteristics, and it's like Barbie dolls, it's a thing. Like you root for that person, or you
Yeah,
have
but
that
you don't
one
get
Barbie doll that
ripped
you like.
playing
and...
Barbie dolls.
It's like, well, yeah, I don't know though. It's like wrestling but real, right?
Yes,
like people,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that like women are really a part of that
Yeah.
now too, right? Like that's a big deal, and of course guys are getting more into it because of that too, and like Ronda Rousey and all
She
the
did huge for the sport.
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, she became a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's nuts.
And were you interested in fighting in that? Well, yeah, you said you were interested. In
Yeah, so I
fighting,
did 2 years. I did 2 years of training before the movie, not for the movie, but before the movie.
And did that sort of inspire, or did that help inspire the idea of making it?
Not really. Like Jay wanted to do this idea before. It was just kind of a hand-in-hand thing that kind of happened.
Well, I happen to be super buff.
Yeah, and I would love to
be.
be an action star, and to do your own stunts is so much fun.
Cool.
I do love it. Yeah.
And did you get into any points where it was like, oh, no, we have to stop because she's actually really injured right now? Or
No, I wasn't injured too much. Just a lot of bruises.
Use it.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta use it. Yeah.
You got makeup people for that too, right?
Yeah, I did. I did get a goose egg on my head from hitting my head against a car door.
Ah!
Which is in the movie. It's kind of funny. Not the goose egg, but the hit. But so look out for that. It's kind of funny. Yeah, being hit against a car was kind of fun.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love being thrown around for sure. It's a lot of fun. It does help to know how to kick and punch properly so you don't look like an idiot.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really cool to actually use fighters for that and teach them how to actually punch and kick for the camera.
Oh yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable for them not to aim at your face.
Right, but you can't. That doesn't look. You can't see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. So they aim like just next to your cheek, and it's weird for them, and they have to kind of get used to that. So that was some practice for sure. But yeah, Robin Richard from Muay Thai Niagara, she because I ducked the wrong way, she almost knocked my head off.
Oh, that must happen quite a bit.
Nope, that was the only time.
Oh, okay.
That was the only time, and I have that on camera, and it's so funny. It just barely hit my head.
Were you able to keep the take?
We didn't use that take,
Aw.
no, but we use it for the bloopers. So
Okay,
it's-
alright.
yeah, it'll be good.
What did you shoot on?
We shoot it on the Sony A7S II, but we used an Atomos Assassin recorder, so you're allowed to use 4K, and then you can put on LUTs to see what it's actually going to look like when you go into post production. So
Okay.
we had this big monitor. It's called Ninja Assassin, and you can see it in black and white,
Okay.
so you know exactly what it looks like when you put it in the computer.
That's great.
And it records 4K, and it's all beautiful and everything. So
Man.
yeah.
Because I was like, oh, did you use a red? But I guess we're all beyond reds now.
People still use reds.
People
don't
still
they?
use reds.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
just so gosh darn heavy, and we did all of it handheld, so we couldn't
Right.
have done that. Jay would have been completely wiped after like 15 minutes, I'm sure.
Hold it. Yeah.
So with that, you're going to get right up in people's business then.
Oh
in
yeah,
scenes and
that's
stuff.
what helps. Yeah,
Wow.
it definitely helps.
For handheld, for sure. Yeah, you would have to get up in there for fight scenes and
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
and it's a
'cause
lot of improv too that we did.
That's
Like,
what
we
you're saying.
threw out
You're
the
saying
script.
you're scared of improv, but
Yeah.
I was under the impression the script was improvised.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, a lot, like 80% of it. But as long as we got from point A to point B in
So
every
it's like
scene.
curb your
okay.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So you're just
it
like,
feels
this
real.
has to happen in this scene.
Yeah,
But you can't.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Can you improv the fight scenes though? I thought those would have been
No,
wicked
no,
choreographed.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not the fight scenes for sure, but all the rest of the drama. Like, there's a lot of drama involved in the movie. So
And you said there were a lot of kids. Were the kids good with the improvising as well?
yeah, they were. They
That
were.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're less hesitant, right?
Yeah, they'll just say, they'll just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like if they're used to like being actors, if they're used to being.
And that's like the biggest freedom ever for an actor is just to be in their character and do what they believe their character would do. It was such a fun set to be on.
Yeah, because imagine like you're like an actor and you got into this sort of state of mind and you read the lines and you're like, I would never say anything like this. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Yeah.
So we did change a lot of kind of. Yeah.
So there was like a basic sort of script.
There was a basic outline,
and then you would just take liberties.
Yeah, we'd figure out what the scene was together, and then we shoot it a few times here and there, and then,
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Okay, question. Yeah. Everybody got paid? Everybody's getting paid who's working on this movie?
No.
Amazing.
Yeah. So the people that obviously come from Toronto and far away, like, we make sure that we pay them, a nice, like a good amount, so it's not like we're, taking advantage of them, obviously.
Right. But you've got a lot of people volunteering.
A lot of people volunteering because they just want to be involved.
And probably, like, they could put it on their resume after. They could be like,
for sure, demo reels and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. It sucks. I hate not being able to pay everybody, and I mean, and like I have not paid at all. Like when you're, this is the thing. When you make your own movies, you'll never get paid. Yeah, because for some reason, even though you're doing all the work, you're doing the most work out of anybody. You're left completely homeless.
Sounds like when you run Improv show.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you risk your own your own bank account for others. Yeah, when you have to because it's what you believe in, and it's so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That's why we got into the not-for-profit, because we're able to get grants and be able to pay youth to be on these sets and to create jobs for people.
That's very cool. So the grants are only possible because you're a not-for-profit, or
so grants. Yeah, I think that's what grants are basically. Right. Because either charities or not-for-profits, right? Because they're helping the community. They're helping.
No,
what about like film? Like, because there's different institutions that are. I guess they just give people tax breaks. It's a tax break. That's why people come and shoot, like, from the States in Canada, right? Because it's like they don't have to pay as much in taxes. Yes. But they're still making money on the movie eventually, I guess. Oh, yeah. And because...
I feel like you should be coming to Ink Drinks in Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, there's sponsorship, too, right? So, obviously, like, if... in distribution. So, if somebody saw this movie and said, hey, like, we want to buy your movie...
Yeah.
There you go,
There you go.
Right.
All right. You should probably talk to Karen Walton.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the hope is that like you have this premiere. Hopefully, somebody will see it and be like, "This is really great." Let's,
definitely we're submitting to TIFF.
Right. I was going to say, are you taking it around to different?
Oh yeah. So after this, we're going to take it to festivals because this is just a private. It's really a private premiere. So really, it's not necessarily our like public premiere.
Okay.
So we're allowed to call it, a private event.
Cool. Okay.
Because we're selling the tickets. And it's not like a worldly thing, so so that's
whereas like if you took it to TIFF, it would be the premiere.
Because they only want features that haven't been shown in the public eye. Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
So much. Too.
Yeah, and then after that, once we do get into TIFF and get all these awards and all that, then we'll bring it to Film House. Back in St. Catharines, and then just show it on a smaller screen, like once a week for like maybe 2 months. I'm hoping.
And Film House is the movie theater at the back.
Yeah, and I love that theater so much. Like I love how intimate it is, and it's a beautiful 2K projector and beautiful screen, and it's just I love it in there. It's awesome.
Do they have like film as well? Do they project?
No,
no. I guess it's hard to get those now.
Yeah,
everything's digital now.
Is that like the Rep Cinema?
No, it's like part of the first Ontario Pack. They have like one of the rooms or one of the
like the basement is a theater, like a beautiful theater.
All right.
So that like 200 seats.
The Rep Theater is closed right now. Yeah. There's like nobody in there, but it's for either sale or rent.
The one that used to be like a vaudeville theater or something like.
That they cut into to turn into a movie.
So
theater.
It's empty right now.
It's empty right now. It's for lease.
Yeah, so Film House is awesome. They show a lot of old movies as well as new movies.
Yeah, a lot of the Oscar movies were being shown.
Yeah, they showed The Disaster Artist and The Room.
on the same night.
Yeah, it was like a double feature. It was
Oh,
amazing.
right, those two movies. Yeah. Okay, I was like, wait, oh, yeah.
That might have been on the same day.
Tommy
as
Wiseau.
Niagara.
Yeah, and I saw like Phantom Thread too, and like all these
How was
amazing
that?
movies.
No, sorry, this is not a review
It
podcast.
was okay.
Yeah.
I went to see 3 Billboards recently.
I saw Florida Project, but I still need to see 3 Billboards for sure.
So good.
Yeah,
I saw Avengers.
I did not. So the last comic movie that I saw was Dark Knight Rises. That was
You were good to stop there.
I was good to stop there. Exactly, I knew it too.
Oh, come on. Thor was great.
It's pretty funny.
Next Thor movie was
No,
great.
you did
I like DC though. That's the problem.
Uh-oh.
I'm a DC
you
person.
found your...
I'm a DC person because it's more realistic in my head. That's all.
Thor is just hilarious. It's just very funnily written. There's so many jokes and...
Oh, the Ragnarok one?
Yeah.
That's
And friggin'...
amazing use of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And,
See, that's what bothers me.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, like, that Marvel can get Led Zeppelin on their soundtrack.
Well,
it's not right.
Well, what started all that, I believe, was Watchmen. Like, that ruined it for me.
Oh, the Bob
soundtrack,
Dylan opening?
It's like, just stop. Like,
I loved
it killed me. I was
I
like,
love
why?
the opening of that movie.
It was, yes. Okay, so that's the thing. It's
my
the
God,
soundtrack.
I don't want
rewatch
any dialogue
Watchmen.
in Scott Snyder movies
It's so
anymore
fun.
because that's where it falls down.
Yeah.
If he could just shoot everything in slow motion with Bob Dylan music playing in the background, I'd be quite happy.
Yeah, okay, I agree for sure.
So you haven't seen Watchmen?
I have.
All right.
I watched it when it came... I watched The Watchmen when it came out. Who watches The Watchmen?
Rita!
I do. I watched it when it came out and not since.
Okay.
Wait a minute, but I have the DVD.
One of the coolest trailers I've ever seen was Watchmen when that
I can't
came out.
remember it now.
That one and Sin City was one of my favorite trailers.
I remember when Sin City... Like, I worked at the movie theater when Sin City came out and people went crazy.
That
I was
movie is
obsessed.
so good.
Hardigan.
I haven't seen it. Even though I worked at the movie theater when it was out. I don't know. It didn't appeal to me. It was too female gazy.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Sin City.
Oh, okay, right. Well, it's
But
film
they kick
noir.
fucking ass. Sorry,
Yeah,
they kick ass.
that's
Yeah.
okay. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
say-
we've got our
swear a
E.
lot,
Okay.
yeah. Oh man, this podcast. If we didn't swear on it,
We don't swear that much.
I would have to do so much more editing.
Oh, right, okay.
And you do other stuff too, right? Like you said, you worked. I've heard, like you said, you worked in some of your mom's productions, I guess, right? Or you worked as a production assistant, or you worked in production as well for live stuff. Or am I wrong?
No, like my first co-op in high school, I decided to do like behind the scenes stage managing for my mom's play.
There it is.
That was
Stage
it,
managing,
yeah, for Fire Hall Theater. And that's where I met.
Oh, wait a minute.
My mom was an actor. She acted in a lot of Fire Hall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is Fire Hall a community theater,
Yeah.
or is it okay?
Where's that?
In Niagara Falls.
Okay.
It's such a nice. It's like an old, like in
Old
Toronto.
fire hall,
there
yeah.
are so many of these old fire hall buildings that have been converted into theaters. There's like
It just makes
at
sense.
least 2.
Yeah.
Fire
Yeah.
out, like where firemen used to
Yeah.
park their trucks and slide down the
Exactly.
pole and everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
cool.
turn them into theaters.
And it's still the pole.
And there's
And then the
Niagara
ghost
Falls.
busting industry from the 1980s.
That's
and then-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really cool to because I did Seussical there, so it was interesting to see like I see my mom do a play there on stage, and then
So she acted
yeah.
in Seussical.
No.
Okay.
No, it was just
You
the same
acted in
stage.
Seussical.
Yeah, so it was
Oh,
cool
I
to
see.
see my mom
Oh,
act
yeah.
first and then go on the same stage.
You're
my mom
following in
acted
her
on.
footsteps.
Yeah, I didn't think I would at all because I thought I was going to be a musician like my father, but then I just
So
I
both
just,
your parents are super artsy.
Mhm.
What does your dad play?
My dad plays trumpet and piano, and he can like sing like any other Sherwood can. Just pitch. We can keep a pitch. Yeah,
I'm
we're not the best singers, but we can keep a pitch.
Some improv games with singing in it.
Yeah, love karaoke.
What do you play? That's what it was. Like so.
I can play guitar. I can keep a beat. So any percussion really. Slide whistle. I was really good at slide whistle.
Like
Piano,
it's a
bass.
slide whistle.
Is that
Isn't
the
that
one
just
where-
like?
But I can like I can do like any song. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a skill. That
It
better
is,
be
I
on your
think so.
fucking resume.
Yeah, so I used to make a lot of music on my own, and I would just, if my friend had a violin, like she would bring it over, and I'd just like do some samples, I could play any instrument really, but not like well,
Right.
Like
so
you can make notes
I
come out
can,
of
yeah, I
them.
can make notes come out of it, yeah,
Musically inclined.
yeah.
What's the music like for the movie? Did you
Oh,
guys do it?
good question.
Or did you get
So,
local artists?
Not local, but because our focus wasn't really fully local, like A Kind of Wonderful Thing, that entire soundtrack was local artists from Niagara. But this one, we were using a lot of stock music first just to fill in the blanks and see what mood we wanted for each scene.
Yeah.
And we noticed that we used a lot of this one guy's music from Artlist. We're like, why don't we just call this guy up? Yeah. So we did, and he was like, yes, he was totally interested.
Yeah,
so
most of these guys are like just looking for an opportunity to
and he's also a
showcase their music.
filmmaker, which is awesome.
Cool.
So he knows what he's talking about when it comes to themes and that kind of thing. So we got him on Skype and we talked to him. And
where is he from?
He's from Washington.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
his name
city
is
or
Kevin
state?
Graham, and his name is sorry,
The city or the state?
the state.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, and he's definitely perfect for this.
So he
movie,
made
for
music for you.
Yes, specifically. Cool. Yeah, so we sent him like chunks, like 30-minute chunks.
Oh, cool.
And then he gave us tracks.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so original score.
Yeah, and he didn't have to come down at all. You could do it all
Oh, yeah.
online.
All
you could
there.
do it all. That's so
Dropbox.
cool.
Yep, Dropbox rules.
Amazing.
Yep.
This podcast is sponsored by Dropbox.
There's so many sponsors all of a sudden.
Nobody gives us anybody. That's so cool. I have a friend who does that for a living. He like makes stock music.
Yeah, it's awesome. That was something I really wanted to do at some point too, was just to make music.
Well, why not, right? Like, because if you got to go out and source the stuff anyway and buy the stuff anyway, you might as well like make stuff for yourself. I always felt like with photography, it was like I got to get myself a better camera because I'm always like trying to find photos to promote different stuff, and it's just like just take your own
camera
photos.
right there.
Yeah, exactly. You okay?
These
Nick?
are so not.
Niagara is just
I need a
full.
drink of water.
Oh, okay.
Niagara is full of entrepreneurs. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Because nobody's going to do it for us.
that's right. Yeah, especially the younger generation. We're so like I don't know. You can hear there's no work for only a certain amount of time before you're like, well,
I gotta make some work.
yeah, I'm gonna do
you have to-
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a problem, then you're
I'll
obligated
solve
to
it.
solve it. Really, like if you state a problem and complain about it, you're obligated to do something about it.
Yeah.
Or else don't complain.
Yeah.
Right? So when I saw that there was just nothing here, no film industry, and I knew how much film did for me with my confidence and everything, I was like, I need to do this. I need to do this here because everything always brought me back home.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah.
Right? And there's
There's
a lot
so
of
much
of
here.
passionate people here that just need that outlet. And there's a lot of kids like
So
youth
many
in need
stories that
too.
don't get told.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of stories. So many stories. And people need that outlet for sure. And to do it creatively, it's great therapy too. Like when somebody's struggling with something and they're able to get it out and reach to other people, like that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And there's a lot of youth in need out there, like with disabilities,
Yeah.
or like depression, anxiety, all that. Like, it's amazing what film can do for kids, for sure. I'm doing the audio, by the way. Like, I'm doing all the foley and sound effects and everything for this too.
Cool.
So once picture is locked, then I'm able to go in and do some post-production foley and ADR and sound effects. So I'm gonna get some celery, some pieces of meat, anything that sounds.
How
like
big are the
a break.
meat?
I don't know.
Are you gonna?
I don't
You
know
could
yet.
just go to a butcher's and ask to punch something.
You
And
know,
there
it's
goes
like-
Paul.
Yeah, we know a butcher.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Paul will sponsor some foley or some sound effects.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Buy a
using
pig.
that.
Do a pig roast.
Yep.
Punch
Live
the
pig.
hell.
Stop
Tenderize
squealing. Tape his mouth shut. We're trying to do some foley here.
What's the matter with this pig? I was like, I really liked the movie, but I don't understand why the women squeal so much when they get hit.
It's so sexist, guys. Come on. Yeah. So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun thing to do. Yeah. Make some breaks and some.
What kind of
Just some
program are
intro
you
sounds.
using for the editing and the everything?
Well, I could use Pro Tools. I use Pro Tools for Kind of Wonderful Thing, but it gets really messy because the OMF files, it's really complicated. But there's just so many files that it's not a good folder filing system.
Okay.
And so we just learned that DaVinci Resolve, which is this colorizing program that you use for 4K footage, actually now has capabilities of editing as well as sound. So we might go that route. So for now, I'm just gonna like putting my bed in, just putting like all the sound effects that belong in the places like within Premiere, and then when we do the final online edit, because right now it's all offline proxies, in order to actually edit, because you can't edit 4K with our computers because it's super slow.
Right.
But now DaVinci Resolve can.
Ah.
So yeah, it's just a lot of that, a lot of converting and all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited to see the final product because it's going to be a lot more crisp and a lot more final and beautiful. Yeah, I'm really excited.
That's so you're doing the sound. Is there an editor? Who's the editor? Who's doing the editing?
Jay's editing it.
Is that his bag? That's his bag editing or his?
I'm directing.
You guys are like a multifaceted. You
do
everything.
You have to.
Yeah,
you have to when you have no money. You have to do.
Right.
You have to be a multi-tool for sure. A Swiss Army knife. So
yeah.
In school, that's why I learned how to do script writing, cinematography, and editing, and sound design because I knew that with those elements I could make my own movie.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
That's kind
writing.
of tick all the boxes, actually.
Yeah, and because we did a lot of dramas, the next one for therapy, we were deciding to do a comedy next.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be directing that one.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Well, if you need any comedians, I think we have a roster.
I think we do.
That you'll be able
I
to
think we
access.
do. Yeah. Improv Niagara. Definitely. Yeah. So
Nice.
Tino can maybe do some funny things instead of such serious things because he's in the fight.
movie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. As the boyfriend, the supportive, not supportive, the boyfriend with logic. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why does he keep joking that he's gonna be cut? It sounds like his role is pretty big.
it's a role that needs to be in the movie. But
so he's just being a
well, there's a lot of action movies out there, you know, where men are fighting or whatever it is, and they come home to the wife who's, you know, oh, are you okay? You know, you should stop. You should stop fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to provide for your children. So we've reversed that role.
Great.
We need to get in the faces of people and, you know, change that mentality, right?
Yeah.
And stop women from saying, "What are we gonna do?"
Right.
And just do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's very cool. So it's a very feminist film.
It's a very there's some awareness, I'm sure. Yeah, trying to change the face of filmmaking for sure, especially at this time. I want to create like a female filmmaker crew for sure.
Oh man, that
April
sounds
Mullen's
amazing.
doing that right now, and I want to be a part of that. Like,
Who's
now.
that? Who's this?
April Mullen. She grew up in Niagara on the Lake, and she made a few features here, and now I believe she's in LA shooting some movies as well, with all female crew.
Cool.
It's amazing.
You get grants for that kind of stuff too. Yeah.
Might as well take advantage of that, man.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about that, but I know that it's like just I don't know what it is. Like, men are humans as well. I get it.
Wait, no, really. Hang on. Rewind.
I had two brothers, and I was I was pretty much a tomboy for a very long time. So like, you know, whatever. But I don't know, something about women. There's like this like neutral, positive energy that happens when we're all together and creating something, right? Like we're very passionate people. So yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a huge talent pool that's being like shut out.
Yeah,
or that's being so like picked over for just like, you know, like a man can look like a schlubby piece of shit, but all women have to be like
so beautiful. Yeah.
I'm super hating that in movies now.
Right? Because you don't. It's hard to believe. You can't
it's hard
believe
to
these are real
believe.
people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not that
absolutely.
beautiful people aren't real people. They're real people. They're just
Rogan and Knocked Up. Really? Katherine Heigl?
Yeah, exactly. There's no way.
That
the
for
only
sure
reason.
happened.
Yeah. Why does Seth Rogen have to look like Seth Rogen in that movie?
Yeah.
But he's made fun of in that movie, so whatever. But I think he's pretty hot.
I mean, I love Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
But in reality, the only reason a guy like Seth Rogen would be able to get a woman like Katherine Heigl is if he had Seth Rogen's money. Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know what, if you look at it in a different way, maybe just it shows that women aren't shallow.
Right? Women love the dad bod.
Yeah, whatever
no,
it
I'm
was.
gonna
I mean, she was
argue
pretty
that.
drunk, but
I'm guessing that's the patriarchy that's like trying to make dad bod a thing.
It's so true, yeah. Because they're so lazy.
Mom bod should be a thing, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
mom bod. Well, I know guys that are attracted to
Guys are like,
pregnant
I
women
love,
too. But
women with C-section scars. Oh, yeah.
It means she's fecund.
Yeah.
She's experienced. What? Okay.
She's seen a thing.
Oh, look at her. She has an actual zipper.
Oh, man. Wow, that's so cool. It's so great. Like, we're so blind to this kind of stuff, which is almost one of the reasons why why I moved away in the first place, right? Because none of this stuff was going on.
Exactly.
Then again, I moved away because I wanted to study poli-sci, and that was stupid. But I came back.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. But I came back to and
I mean, there's local politics too. You could get
That's
into.
true. That's true. That is
There's-
actually interesting. I was thinking about volunteering. Anyway. So what age of kids for the
The not-for-profit?
the not-for-profit, like what are you looking at?
The range is funny when it comes to what youth is. It's bizarre.
37.
It, really is. It does.
Yes,
Sometimes it does go up there. It's
Oh
a
my
bizarre
God.
thing.
If you're
It's
still in
so
your parents'
weird.
house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
St.
God.
Catherine's Day. Yeah.
Yeah,
It must
so-
be till 40.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like for us, it's like high school students because we
Cool.
did do
Like a co-op.
we did co-op, but we also did a short film with collegiate kids
Oh, cool.
called Best
NCT?
Enemies, and we want to show that before the movie.
Which
And they could be,
collegiate?
like, St. Catherine's Collegiate.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
so-
a high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did that. That was our first film program that we did, and it was a success, and they loved it. They were very yeah, we have a little video online to show like their experience and stuff like that, and they loved it so much. And
So you shoot a bunch of stuff, like in addition to like you shot the In the Soil Festival.
yeah, so that's through our other company. So we
Okay.
have On Point Creative, which is just a commercial company. So we do stuff for PAC.
Oh, you make ads and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, commercials and corporate stuff, and
Right.
I'm editing real estate videos for money.
Oh,
You know,
those must be fun.
they're okay actually. I like things where you don't have to think too much
Great.
and just get it done right away, and
That's
then
some
you're paying your
drone
bills.
footage?
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna go drone on that.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
awesome.
Yeah, really good drone footage, and
You gotta go drone, Jerry.
and that's the thing. Like, I don't like editing other people's footage. It's kind of a pride thing, but it just feels better to edit your own, you know.
Right.
But actually, this guy is really
He's a good droner.
he's a really good droner, and he has like nice glide cams that he goes around the beautiful houses and stuff like that. So it's easy to edit. Like it's not too tricky, and it's great. Yeah.
Real estate companies must pay pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have. He said to me today, it was
There'll be a
really
lot of
funny.
work.
He texted
Yeah.
me saying, "I'm gonna have to put you on a salary because I have a lot coming." So
You're like,
alright.
Okay.
Which is fine for me. That's like midnight editing,
Right.
right? So yeah,
You have to put too much thought into it.
yeah. So I mean, you
A lot
have
of
to do that
piano in the
order to do
background.
what you really want to do, which is creating movies and creating a film industry. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
I said that too many times.
And if like that's the thing, it's funny, it's interesting how people congratulate us on Fight and everything, yet we haven't sold that many tickets yet. So that's the point, is to get the tickets sold and be able to keep this not-for-profit flourishing, right?
What's the price point on those tickets?
So because it's a fundraiser and we were paying PAC and all those venues and stuff like that.
You
too bad
get
PAC didn't
and
give you
a
the
3-course
space.
meal and
Yeah, they give us there is a not-for-profit discount.
Okay.
But yeah, they've been really great with organizing and stuff like that too, to just get stuff off our plates and that kind of thing. So it's worth that money,
Right.
that we don't have to worry about that because we're always doing things on our own. It's really stressful. So it's nice to have like professionals, like union people on
Right.
it, right?
Right.
So it is worth the money. And we want to do it downtown, so it's a perfect location. And to get that amount of tickets, we need to do it in a bigger place, and that's the place, right? We wanted to do it at the airport hangar in Niagara on the Lake, but it just got too crazy and too expensive because we're going to be working like this. We're doing everything from scratch at
Right.
that point, right? So all the legalities and all that stuff like
getting
that,
that
and
many people
insurance,
out,
and
yeah.
calling the fire department, all that stuff like that. So
Was the hangar kind of place where you would be able to have that kind of
yes,
event?
they do
It'd
like
be so
receptions and
gritty
stuff
and-
like that.
That's
for
so
like wedding
cool.
receptions. Yeah, it's a great location.
I just went
so
to this hangar in Toronto that is
there's
now
a batting
gym.
cage right around there.
Yeah, it's true. It's now they've converted into like soccer fields and like basketball inside an airport hangar, which is
Oh
amazing,
wow!
yeah.
All right.
It wouldn't have been good acoustically though
No,
for the
that's the
movie.
whole
It would
point,
have been just terrible.
What did they say?
I can hear what they're saying like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it wouldn't have been the greatest place anyway. So we're glad we went with PAC, and I mean we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it will all turn out well, and then we'll sell out. I'm sure we're gonna sell out the main general admission, which is $45 a ticket.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the $45 a ticket, and then so you walk the red carpet, you get your popcorn, and this program, which is Jay's going to be developing this awesome program that'll be some pages will be interactive,
Oh,
which
cool.
is kind of cool.
So you could, like, use your smartphone.
Yeah, use your smartphone and, like, commercials can come up or whatever, you know, for our sponsors and that kind of thing. So it's like a keepsake instead of, like, a brochure that you just throw out.
Right.
You know, because we can update that, too.
Yeah, so
it's literally like and it's going to have, like, behind-the-scenes photos from fight and that kind of thing.
From the premiere and stuff, too.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's your rating on it? Do you have one?
I think it's going to be R.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. So on the popcorn bags, we want to have it say, you know, popcorn and then / barf bags. So afterwards, after you eat the popcorn, you can barf it up. Because there is some pretty gruesome stuff, especially when I get the celery in there and all those sound effects.
Is that a bone? Is that a bone?
Yeah, that's for sure a bone.
Yeah, definitely like a spinal break or something, or like a cheekbone or something.
Oh, just throwing it out there, carrot might be good too.
Carrot might be good too, yeah.
Like a good
it might
carrot.
sound too hollow though. It needs to have the fibers. You know what I mean? Yeah, like a banana when you open up a banana. Like, yeah. So VIP tickets solo is $250, and then you get like a $100.
I'm pretty sure solo's going to be $15 at least. Oh wait, sorry.
So you get what with it?
You get a $100 gift bag, so it's like all merch stuff in there. Yeah, it's like good merch.
Boxing gloves.
No.
Is that
Bare knuckle. A little bit of tinfoil.
You get a t-shirt, you get a poster, you get a Kind of Wonderful Thing DVD that's just coming out.
Quart of blood.
Quart of blood. Probably like our Jarico Films for Youth like stuff in there, like swag and that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can see your other movies online, right? Did I see that? Yeah, you can check out like other movies.
Like how? Like what?
JaricoFilms.com, and then
is that your website?
Yeah, and then but there is also like if you want to see a Kind of Wonderful Thing, you can rent or buy it on Vimeo on demand.
Cool.
I was wondering if it's going to be Vimeo.
Yeah.
Things look amazing on that.
Yeah. Yeah, Vimeo's awesome.
It's like pretty YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. It's clean. It's professional YouTube, for sure.
Their slogan.
Yeah, pretty YouTube.
Pretty YouTube.
Exactly how I think about it, yeah.
So the name Jarico.
Yep.
Like the place, or like...
The wrestler.
Like Chris Jericho. Like the name of the man, or like...
It's Jay and Erica mixed together.
Oh, what's going on there?
Did you know that?
That segue, yeah, of course I knew that.
It's like co for company. Yeah. I always, like, when we thought about it, I was like, oh, it sounds like a perfume. I don't know if I want to do this.
Jericho. You guys need to shoot that.
Totally. All whispering, yeah. All in the desert, yeah. So,
Chris Isaac playing the guitar.
Yep, of course. Yeah.
What's it like being in a relationship with your creative partner?
Oh, it's so hard. It's because it has been, you know, the 24/7 relationship, right? Like, because we're both kind of workaholics and we live for what we do. It's nonstop, and so.
That can be very motivating, though, also.
It's a good thing, too. Obviously, or else I'd quit.
Everything about it is terrible.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, when we co-wrote Kind of Wonderful Thing, there was no feelings there. It was just this awesome collaboration where we were feeding off each other when it comes to, like, creating ideas and, you know, getting the plot out and the movie and everything. And because... like for him, he was writing on his own, and I was writing on my own, and I didn't think it was actually possible to co-write really without a lot of, you know, fights and headbutting, right? But when I realized we actually were on the same wavelength, it's incredible what you can come out with. Yeah, and
which is why they have like writers' rooms and comedy shows. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
If you get a lot of like-minded people together, you can really bounce off.
Oh yeah, and so it becomes this engine. This creative engine that just keeps going and going and going. You don't want to stop.
Yeah.
And so, so that was a Kind of Wonderful Thing. And then
the movie and in reality.
Yeah, it was great. Like we became really good friends, and then like later in life, like, you know, things kind of crashed with our personal lives and that kind of thing, and I don't know, just things kind of fell into place much later on, and I was about to go. This is the story. I don't really tell this story often, but we were still working together and everything, but I was developing feelings for him. It's like 2 years ago, before we became an item. I went to Trinidad to train, and so before I went there, I decided to tell him look, I have feelings for you. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't want it to ruin, like, our friendship. If it's a thing, like, we can just, like, I can just, swallow my feelings.
Just get rid of them, no problem.
Yeah, so it's like, I can't work with you and not tell you. And so I told him, and then I said, just, like, take the week to think about it or whatever. And so when I got back, he said the same thing.
Aww.
And yeah, that's how it started. So, yeah. And then we created more things. Yeah. Yep. So it was like, I don't know. It felt like that's all we wanted to do. We just wanted to make movies together and create. And relationship can go on the back burner at that point sometimes because it doesn't really matter at that point because you're creating a baby. You're creating like movies, and that's our babies, right? And things can
the
get
relationship is kind of
and-
involved when you're making a baby, but
Yeah, I think so. There's an element there
It's
for
also
sure.
great that it has this like underlying, like first of all, it's what you both want to do. It's what you're both passionate about.
Yes.
It's not like the relationship. It isn't like going on the back burner. It's more like stabilizing the thing. You know?
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
keeps
It's
it. It keeps it.
well, you both know what you're going through
Yeah.
while you're
Yeah,
working on
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
Totally, yeah. And I'm not coming home to somebody else and complaining or saying,
You need to
"Wow,
spend
that
more
was-"
time with me.
Yeah,
You're spending
exactly.
So much time with your
It's just,
producer.
you know what? I got involved with Jay because it was just easier.
Oh, I got so tired of having to explain to all the
Oh,
men.
so annoying. No,
Oh,
he's
that's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing and very supportive. And yeah, we support each other when it comes to hard times when we're getting stressed out and stuff like that because we know how each other feels because we've been there. We've both been there, and yeah, it's been a really intense process for sure. Hard times, good times, but it's all worth it for sure. And then
That's when
you end
the
up
Led
having a
Zeppelin
movie.
comes in.
No,
Good
don't.
I listened to that song a lot actually on my first fight that I had, my Muay Thai fight. I listened to that over and over again for sure because I was watching Fighter. So I love that movie so much, and
Who's in that one?
Mark Wahlberg?
That was a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
yeah, and Christian Bale.
Oh, I love Christian Bale.
He's so good in that movie.
So good in all movies.
Yeah,
Christian Bale.
he's amazing.
Of course, you like a Batman.
But yeah,
Batman.
go back to Jay for a second. So Jay, I was like basically his golden boy. Like he obviously used me in a lot of his movies, right?
Okay.
Because we were able to I loved how he directed,
Okay.
and I loved taking his criticism, and I was able to professionally, and it just worked so well on set for sure. So that relationship was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
You were like his muse.
I was his muse.
Yeah.
Sure. And he was mine too.
Oh, that's so nice. It's so nice when something like that can work.
Yeah.
Dan's gonna get
Yeah.
told off tonight.
No, I don't want to work with. Are you kidding? I do not want to work with Dan. Anytime he tries to I'll have my sketch partner over and we'll have ideas. We'll just be working on stuff, and Dan will just walk into the room after wherever he's been just watching CNN. And he's like, "Oh, how about you do this?" And it's like, "Oh, get out of here! I hate you." No, but he at least he knows what is involved in comedy stuff. So
Yeah.
he's not like, "Oh, you've been out too late telling jokes."
No.
Oh, the fights with artists.
Honestly.
Yeah, I can see that.
What was your favorite? Oh, I guess you told us about your goose egg. I was gonna say, did you have a favorite injury?
What?
Oh,
What's the coolest move thing that you did, even if you got her doing it?
Just pummeling somebody on the ground is really fun. That
must
was
feel pretty
really
powerful.
fun. Yeah, it did. And it's all about action reaction when it comes to action films. Because if you look stupid, throwing a punch and not saying anything. There was times where some actors didn't know how to react,
Right.
and it made all the difference.
Huh?
And
When they're
we had to
watching
cut
or
away
when they're getting hit?
when they're getting hit.
Right.
That's the big thing. If you don't look like you're getting hit, you can't.
Right.
You're gonna be cut away.
Yeah.
So
You're just like, ah!
yeah, and because I've been in 2 fights where I've been pummeled, I know what it's like, and I know
Right.
how to react properly.
Right.
And it's fun just making all these like grunts and stuff like
Sloppy
that.
sounds.
And I'm because I'm pretty shameless. I was comfortable with doing that. There's actors that just don't feel comfortable making
Oh,
noises.
I
yeah,
would never.
yeah. So they're
sniffles
completely
that.
closed-lipped and
Oh.
just It looks so dumb. It looks so dumb. So yeah, some people were cut out of the movie.
Wait, so the fighters you have, they fight too,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Could
They're
you
not actors.
No, but you
Exactly.
could record them and go like, look, you do this.
Oh.
Now do it now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah,
It's hard because they're not actors and they're not.
No,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
but they did so well. The actual fighters for sure.
Cool.
They did really, really well.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this thing. I think it's gonna be really cool.
It sounds pretty freaking awesome.
We can drive you down for the thing, Nick.
Yeah, man. You gotta walk the red carpet with everybody.
Well, I'm feeling like this summer there might be a lot of trips back to the region for us. Because there's going to be a new baby.
Our sister is pregnant.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. She's like 3 days late from delivery. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was supposed.
That
to
baby
deliver.
can pop at any minute
any
now.
second. Like we could get a phone call any
Like,
second.
right now, yeah.
What do your scripts look like if you're doing a lot of improv? Like the
So-
A and B, like...
It's basically you do the interior wherever we are.
So that bit's like a normal script.
Yeah,
right?
it's a normal script, and then like Jay will write something like, and then Alex does something in the kitchen at some point, and then next
Alex
paragraph.
Is your character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Alex, and then Bean, she comes in and tries to make her own breakfast and ends up burning the house down, stuff like that. So it's just like it's an explainer basically of what
Okay.
happens in that
It's
scene.
all like stage direction.
Yeah.
There's
Little-
some
yeah,
dialogue
little
where we
dialogue.
have to like just look at it and go, okay, we know the point,
Right.
and then we just say it how we would say it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was so much fun
I like
to
that.
just to play off of the characters and stuff like that, and I did my first love scene, which was
Oh.
interesting with Tino.
Oh,
Yeah.
of anybody to do a love scene with, I think
Right?
it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I felt very
Oh
comfortable
god, I
with
feel
him.
weird saying that. He's not gonna want. He's not gonna want to come do the show anymore. Seems like they're just thinking about this scene.
Yeah, so it was it wasn't sex, but it was very sexual the way we
Oh.
shot it and everything, and we had to do it twice actually because the first time Jay was like,
He didn't come. Yeah,
It's-
that's too bad.
so it's funny because actors wonder, or people wonder, well, you have a boyfriend, so is it weird for your boyfriend to watch you,
No, it's
do
kinda
a love
hot.
scene
Yeah,
or whatever?
he's, like,
But that's
into
your
it.
job, and you're supposed to,
Yeah.
And
Be
Jay is like,
professional about it.
Jay's filming us on the bed with us, pretty close, right? And like just trying to like hold the camera, pretty steady. And it's like, no, sexier, So that was interesting. That
Like
was
the sex scene in MacGruber. If you
No, I
guys
haven't seen
MacGruber,
it.
oh my
No,
God.
I have
Go
to see
home,
it.
watch
Yeah, I have to see
MacGruber,
it.
and let me know if it's anything similar.
So it was good. It's good to obviously talk to your actors and get comfortable with them before you do a scene like that. And I hear like Jennifer Lawrence keeps it professional by eating a lot of like garlic and things that don't taste very good. But yeah, improv is hard because it's especially when you're an actor who wants to be funny so badly, just
Well,
to
that's just
be
it.
naturally funny, but you're not.
You just don't try. It sounds like the stupidest thing, but don't try to be funny.
Yeah.
Because once you try to be funny, people can tell that you're trying.
Yeah, exactly. You
And
just
then
have to
they're
be
like,
honest to what you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is like what you're doing in your movie.
Yep.
And most of the times, I think people have a hard time accepting that like it's real life situations that are really funny because that's what people can identify with the most. So people think like, well, we have to go create these outlandish environments and these crazy situations where if you do basically like a similar scene, I don't know, if you had a bare-knuckle boxing fight scene in an improv show, it would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, having a straight person in the scene is also funny. Like the one not doing the jokes. If you can ground it in realism, that makes.
Oh yeah, that's the best
It's-
comedy.
You're bringing the drama. Like that's good.
Yeah, if there's a guy who just totally believes that a jelly bean is his grandfather, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's
But
like,
if you play it
honest
super
about it.
straight,
you have
yeah.
to commit. That's the
Absolutely.
thing, yeah,
You have to commit
to it.
And that's it. Like, I don't know. In improv, I think it's better when there is no one person doing the jokey jokes. It's two people discovering what's funny together by just playing real life.
You can see the energy happen too. That's incredible.
And I think if we start doing a bit more long form, we'll be able to develop a bit more of that.
Yeah, I think because of my drama background, I always go dark when it comes to comedy.
That's great. Dark comedy
Every
is hilarious.
time.
I love dark comedy.
Really great acting in this movie.
Yeah. Did you have like acting coaches, or you just hired good actors?
We just hired good actors. We had a good amount of auditions.
Oh, cool.
How'd you get the casting call out?
Online auditions.
Like
so
Mandy?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mandy and
Mandy,
Facebook.
you came and you found me an actor.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of local talent, or did a lot of people come down from Toronto, or?
No, just one of our main actors, Jennifer Ferrugia. She came from Oakville.
Yeah, okay.
And,
exotic.
Yeah,
and then your Montreal Fighters.
And then Montreal Fighters, yeah, that was pretty long.
They're huge with physical stuff in Quebec, like physical comedy, physical fighting, physical the Quebecois are physical people. If I can make a broad generalization,
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
No, they'll like it. Yeah, you're all physical.
What are you talking about?
Écoute là.
What I like about this film, and I hate to say it, is it doesn't feel like a Canadian film. And I'm hoping never to say that again after this. You know what I mean? Because you can just tell.
Are you telling me
You mean like high quality and like...
Are you telling me there's not a Mountie in this movie?
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, why am I gonna go? What's the point?
No beavers, no Mounties, no maple syrup.
What role does Paul Gross play?
Exactly. It feels like a foreign film, just the way it's put together. Like it's not a chronological, normal, edited narrative. Yeah, it's different, and it's something to get used to, and it's something you'll want to watch again. Cool. To really go back and say,
I didn't see that the first time around.
Exactly. Yeah. So it is a puzzle piece kind of movie for sure, but it is still enjoyable, and there's a lot of pulling on heartstrings for sure. And being a single mother in this was really weird because I'll never be a mother. I never want to be a mother ever. So it was interesting to play someone I never thought I would be.
Right.
And
did that give you different perspective on the?
It did, because there are scenes in the movie where I have to yell at this adorable 8-year-old.
Oh, that's super easy.
And like swear at her, and so afterwards,
try to avoid that. Really.
Yeah, exactly. So afterwards,
I mean, it slaps. But...
So when Jay said cut, I would go up to her and like hug her, and
I did not mean that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's like. Yeah,
she'd be like,
and she's like smoking.
Oh my gosh!
Fine, honey.
I just want to say, Eve, so the one who plays Bean, my daughter, is such a good, amazing actor. She'll kill you. Like you'll cry when she goes on screen because she's just so good and so natural, and she's gonna kill it on screen in the future too. Like people are just gonna want her in her movies.
Where's she from?
She's from Stony Creek. Yeah, she's been in a few commercials, local commercials. Huh. Like Mitchell Riley did one with her, and so when they found out that we were using her, they're like, "Oh my god, you're gonna have so much fun with her."
Aww.
She's so good.
She actually 8?
No, she looks 8, but she was 10 when we filmed.
Okay, cool.
She's now 13. She looks
teen.
like
she's in Juilliard.
That's crazy. Yeah, they age so fast when you make a movie with them.
Was that hard?
What? For
continuity? Or did the character age?
No. We shot her stuff all in one year.
Right.
Yeah. There is a lot of hair continuity, I'll admit.
Oh man.
There was a time where it was like winter and summer, and
our Canadian winter hair comes in.
Yeah. Eve's hair was a lot longer on certain shots. Because we had to reshoot. We didn't have to reshoot, but because it was such a loose script, we had a lot of. It was very organically put together where when we had an idea, we were like, oh yeah, we should do this now, even though, we shot this, and that. So we had to like incorporate this. It's really complicated to put together. It was a very complicated puzzle to put together.
Just keep her friggin' hair the same length.
I know, right?
Honestly, kids.
Alex, there's a part in the movie where it's supposed to be 6 years later, so, our hair is
all
different.
gray.
Actually, that's actually pretty accurate.
I
have like massive roots and like little longer hair. Yeah, so that was okay. Even though anything could have happened in 6 years anyway.
Like 6 years, you could still have the hair same haircut.
Yep. Just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully people aren't paying attention to that. They're paying attention to the story.
Yeah. I was listening to this podcast. And
I've got
hair spoilers. We got hair spoilers all over
this. I paid $45 just to criticize this movie.
No, that's exciting. Thank you so much for coming to do this podcast.
You are very welcome, Bree.
I hope everybody comes to see this movie.
I hope so too. That's the goal. I mean, yeah. We can only do so much, and then it's up to everybody else to pay the tickets, right?
Our dozens of listeners will definitely.
Woohoo!
It sounds exciting. It sounds like action.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Action, drama, there's comedy.
Adventure.
You'll cry.
You'll cry, you'll
laugh,
laugh,
you'll
you'll
cry, you'll
hurl.
hurl.
Yeah.
Definitely hurl.
Yay! When you'll have a barf bag to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It would be small, but you know.
Just don't barf too much.
Yeah.
Have a light
Barf quietly.
Barf quietly.
Actually, that's what I'm gonna put on the.
Yay.
Yes, barf quietly. I love it. Yes.
That might be the name of this episode.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you for coming, Erica. This was
You're
wonderful.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yay. See, fight.
Struggle on.
Fightfilm.ca.
Struggle on.
Struggle on.
Fightfilm.ca.
Struggle on.
Yeah.
You know that I've always